you for attending tonight's Avon Town Council meeting. It's October 24th, and if you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And we have a young lady that's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you'd like to come forward.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Robert Pope.
Present.
Bill Holland. Jason Puckett.
Present.
Dawn Loudon.
Present.
Greg Zuzen.
Present. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda with the check register and minutes. Does anybody have any comments? If there are none, if somebody would like to make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we adopt and approve the check register for today, the approval of minutes from our October 10th meeting and our work session from the October 10th meeting as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Greg Zuzen.
4.
Dawn Loudon.
4.
Jason Puckett.
4.
Robert Pope.
4.
Next item is the first of 2 public comment opportunities. The public may comment on items on the agenda that are not a public hearing or on a specific matter within the council's jurisdictions. If you come forward, please state your name and address and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
My name is Swarup Blog and my address is 2406 Sandy Drive. To the honorable council members, namaste. I am Swarup Blog, a resident of the town of Avon for the past 14 years. I am currently a 6th grade student at Avon Intermediate East. Good morning and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. I am here to share the details of this year's Seva Diwali campaign, an initiative that embodies the spirit of seva or selfless service. Rooted in dharmic traditions of Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Buddhism, seva teaches us that service to humanity is the highest form of devotion. From September 27th to November 10th, the Seva Diwali campaign will bring together dharmic organizations across Indiana to serve those in need. Last year, we witnessed the incredible impact of this collective effort. We partnered with 19 organizations and over 100 volunteers, collecting more than 8,841 pounds of food, about half of the weight of a school bus. And we also provided 7,368 meals to families in need. We donated almost 2,000 pounds of food to the Mary Lee Food Pantry. This year, our goal is to surpass that achievement. Our 2024 campaign will support important organizations such as the Mary Lee Pantry at Avon, Mary Rigg Neighborhood Center, Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis, Fueled for School, and the Welcome Basket, which assists immigrant families. Together, we aim to provide essential food items like peanut butter, instant oatmeal, granola bars, and microwavable meals to help alleviate food insecurity in our local communities, particularly in food deserts where access to nutritious food is limited. In Dharmic teachings, we believe that true happiness comes from serving others. Diwali celebrates the victory of light over darkness and is a time for reflection, giving, and coming together. Through Seva Diwali, we channel that spirit into meaningful action, reminding ourselves and our communities that service is not just an act of charity, but a way to spread light into those of less fortunate. I stand here today to invite the town of Avon and its residents to join us in this mission. Whether by donating food, contributing financially, or volunteering, every act of kindness helps to uplift families in need. You can find drop-off locations throughout the town, and our campaign has made it easy to participate through QR codes and online donations. As we come together in the spirit of Diwali, let us remember that spreading light through service, we can help build stronger, more compassionate communities. On behalf of the Seva Diwali team, I thank you for your support in making this campaign a success and for allowing us to shine a light on those who need it most. Thank you, Swarup Blog. Any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that'd like to come forward at this time? With nobody else coming forward, then we'll close that portion of the agenda and move to council comments and liaison reports. Dawn, do you have anything?
I do not have anything tonight, except for I would just like to say that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we would ask that you all, get your checkups and support your family members in making sure that they do as well. That's it.
Jason?
Nothing for me tonight.
Robert?
Go vote. That's it.
The only thing I had is I met with Ross Meyer to review their revised plan. So that's all we have. Next item on the agenda is new business, IT services for Town Hall and Avon Police. Mr. Cannon.
Yeah, as you guys are aware, the town currently uses proactive networking to do our on-call services for our computers. They do all your guys' updates, our annual audits. They make sure that all of our security is up to date. They're also our help desk, so anytime there's issues with any of our servers or computers, they're the ones who help us. If you guys recall, a couple of years ago, we did have an on-call contract with them, and so some of those costs got a little out of hand, so we tried to go to a monthly fee versus an on-call. And so they have asked for an amendment to that existing agreement just due to increased costs and costs of labor. And so they do provide the service to both the town hall and the police station, which also includes all the police officers' MDTs and their vehicles. And so it is quite a few computers that they manage and take care of. The town hall cost per month is $3,200, and the Avon Police is $3,950. I'm happy to answer any questions, but we would recommend approval.
Really just two questions. And the difference in the price is because?
Probably based on the amount of services. The police actually probably have more computers than the town has, so and then some of the servers and stuff are all in the police station. So probably because on the police side, they do a higher volume than they do on the town side.
What was our previous monthly cost? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What was our previous monthly cost?
The town's was $3,000. Sean, do you know what your guys was? Yeah, the town's was really a nominal increase.
And then when I compare, there's really only one sentence, and that was the police. It says client will pay the setup fee upon execution of this agreement. But other than that, everything else appears to be fine. Is this what, what's the setup fee for?
Yeah, I don't think there should be a setup fee, so I'm not sure what that is. I don't really handle the police's. Brian normally handles that, so I don't know, Sean. I can't think of anything that they'd have a setup fee for. It may just be they have for new clients, and if it's in there that they have that, but I don't think we need setup fees.
You don't think that's the difference in the cost of the $750 difference?
No, I don't think so.
Just confirm that and.
Yep, I
strike
will.
it
I'll
through
confirm.
that. Any other questions for Mr. Cannon?
I do have one more question. Do we shop this out on a regular basis to make sure that we are getting a competitive pricing?
We have not done that recently. We've been happy with them, and so we haven't done that, but we could in the future do that, yes.
So this is a one-year contract?
Yeah, it's really, we can break it whenever we want with notice.
Thank you.
Robert, do you have any comments? You're kind of more astute in this area than
The only, I wanted to add, I'm going to guess the setup fee is their installation of the monitoring software that they have. And correct me if I'm wrong, they've already got all this on every last one of our computers in the PD. So my guess is this is just an accident. At least that's what when I was reading through it, that's what I assumed, because we've had this for a while through them. My only fear, and I'd look to our attorneys to protect us, is that this does require them to have this software on it, but they are our partner in this. And as long as you guys agree with this contract, we're okay.
Yes, we've reviewed this and we're okay with this.
Thank you. No question.
Lastly, and we have this in the budget, it's 47.4 for the police and 38,400 for the town.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Cannon? Somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the IT services for Town Hall and Avon Police as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Robert Pope,
4.
Don Loudon,
4.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4. Next item is Resolution 2024-22, condemnation for White Lick Creek Trail.
Yes, the town council previously approved staff to move forward with the acquisition of this property. It's actually only one property owner, and this is for our connection from the White Lake Creek Trail over to 625, which is where our new speed table is installed at. It would be the trail connection. We've had to buy some property from that adjacent property owner. We did do an appraisal and made that offer to the property owner, at which they counteroffered. The town has counteroffered their counteroffer, and they're twice as high as what our counteroffer is. And so again, that really leaves us with no choice other than either just canceling the project or moving forward with the condemnation. In order for us to move forward with the condemnation, we need the town council's approval. And so this is on your agenda for us to move forward with that.
Any questions for Mr. Cannon?
No, but I'll make a comment. I've always said that I don't like condemning personal property, but especially except for when it's for the betterment of the community. And I think that our community has many times over told us how important trails and recreation is to the quality of life here in town. And because this is for a trail connection and not a subdivision or someone else's personal gain, but for the community, then, I hate that we're doing it and that we couldn't come to an agreement, but I understand why we're here today.
Any other comments?
Just kind of level setting base here, Ryan. So we got 2 appraisals, 2 independent appraisals to give us an accurate assessed value of that land. We raised that offer, and we are still half of what the landowner wants. So we're more than what the fair market value is. We've offered more than fair market value for this property, and we are still roughly half of what the landowner wants.
That's correct. Yeah, and we do give property owners the opportunity to provide counter appraisals, and the property owner has not done that and provided any justification for what theirs is. And so due to Don's point, there becomes a time where we have an obligation to taxpayers to not pay more for the property than what it's actually worth as well. And that's when we kind of get ourselves in this situation.
And I want to double up on what Don says. This is not for some corporation to earn money. This is, if I'm putting a highlight on it, it's for public safety to make sure there's a safe route for people to get from our trail to this crosswalk. So it's the same. Thanks. That's it.
Jason? My only comment is if you could attach maybe a map to this, it kind of give you an idea of where you're located, but is somebody prepared to make a motion?
I will make a motion that we pass resolution 2024-22, the condemnation of this property along County Road 625 for the White Lake Trail connection.
I'll second.
Motion, we have a second. Roll call, please.
Don Loudon,
4.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Robert Pope,
4.
Next item on the agenda is the introduction of ordinance 2024-45, prohibiting reckless driving exhibitions. Mr. Cannon.
So this ordinance is, I'll take this one. This
Sorry,
ordinance
Anna.
for introduction tonight is targeting reckless driving exhibitions that could take place in Avon. This ordinance kind of lays out the definitions of these reckless driving exhibitionist activities, such as burnouts, donuts, drifting, those sorts of things. It also defines what it means to participate in one of these exhibitions. And the primary goal of this ordinance is to declare it a public nuisance because it is unsafe and can damage both public and private property. It also establishes a penalty for people participating or taking place in these activities of $2,500, and then for subsequent offenses, $7,500. And then also, if any vehicle is participating in these exhibitions, it also allows for those vehicles to be towed at the expense of the owner. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Anna? My only question is, Chief Stoops, you've read this and you're on board with it. It's got everything you guys need. All right, thank you. Then let's show for the record the introduction of ordinance 2024-45 prohibiting reckless driving exhibitions. Next item on the agenda is the introduction of ordinance 2024-46 bond ordinance Phase 1A Riverwalk. Anna.
Yes, so this bond is authorizing the issuance of bonds, specifically economic development revenue bonds. It will finance the economic development, facilities, and construction of infrastructure in the Easton Gray project. This ordinance establishes the parameters of the bond. It will be issued in two series, Series A and Series B bonds. The payment of these bonds will come from the tax increment revenues and taxpayer payments in the Phase 1 Riverwalk allocation area. It sets the parameters of the not to exceed, which is $15,525,000. This bond will mature no later than August 1st, 2049. Payments will be made by Julie on February 1st and August 1st each year. They are redeemable before 2049. And also important is that they set the maximum interest rate of 6% for the Series A bond and 10% for the Series B bonds. And finally, it authorizes the clerk treasurer and the town council president to execute all the documents necessary to have this bond move forward. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for Anna? My only question is on page 2, at the very top, there's a blank dollars. Do we fill that in when we go to the final reading?
Yes, it will be filled in. This is going to go to the Economic Development Commission, and then it will come back to you with other documents and their approval and a project report. So yes, this will be filled in by the time that you do final reading.
Thank you. Let's show then the introduction of ordinance 2024-46 bond ordinance Phase 1A Riverwalk as being introduced. Next item is legal counsel report. Anna, do you have anything?
Nothing from us tonight.
Next item is the second of 2 public comment opportunities. The public may come forward to comment on items on the agenda that are not a public hearing or on a specific matter within the council's jurisdiction. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes and provide us your name and address. With nobody coming forward, then we'll close that portion of the agenda and move to council comment. Council.
I think we have the Avon trick or treat coming up here that we might want to bring up and mention again, just in case someone hasn't seen it. Can someone fill me in on the dates and times?
Dawn? Yeah, it's 10 to 12 on October 31st, correct?
Thursday, yeah, it's on
Thursday,
Halloween.
October, yeah, it's on Halloween here at the town hall. Trick or treating, we'll set up all around the room. And certainly we'd love for the council to have a booth too as well, but the town staff will all be here and handing out candy.
And it is sensory
It is sensory, correct? Sensitive.
sensitive.
Any other council comments? Mr. Cannon, council calendar.
Yeah, really just, Dawn brought up the Halloween. We do have our next town council meeting is work session at 5:30 PM on November 7th. And then we have a regular town council meeting on November 7th at 7 PM. That's all I've got.
All right, thank you for coming. Meeting adjourned.